Hello, and welcome to the Indiana National Guard Atterbury-Muscatatuck Recreation Safety Briefing. The video will start with an introduction, then followed by a section including general information, and end with rules and regulations. Just a reminder that there will be a knowledge check after the video, so feel free to pause the video at any time to read the presented information. Please pause the video to review the mission, goals, and vision of the Indiana National Guard hunting program. The purpose of this video is to train and inform authorized users and guests on rules, procedures, and requirements to safely recreate on Camp Atterbury. All users must view this safety briefing and successfully complete the online safety quiz to be authorized to recreate on Camp Atterbury. This briefing provides an overview of rules, policies, and procedures. It is your responsibility to read and understand the current Atterbury-Muscatatuck hunting, fishing, and trapping regulation, CA 210-1, and the INNG Hunting, Fishing, and Trapping Guide. The most up-to-date guide and policies are available on the Regulations tab on the iSportsman portal. All Camp Atterbury hunting and fishing will be administered using the iSportsman portal using the links on the screen. Puff Lake and Duck Pond currently remain unavailable for recreational use. Please pause the video and review the authorized users for fishing, foraging, and general recreation activities for Camp Atterbury. Please listen to the following procedures for guests participating in recreational activities at Camp Atterbury. Guests are required to register through iSportsman and purchase any required permits. Guests of authorized users are required to sign in and out through iSportsman prior to going downrange. A guest must be escorted by the authorized user at all times. Authorized users must explain the rules and regulations to their guest. If a guest violates any policy, the authorized user and guest will both be responsible for the violation. All Camp Atterbury recreational users, including guests, must register with iSportsman and purchase the necessary permits for their activity in order to access the recreational areas. Please use the link on the screen to register your account. All recreational users are required to purchase an annual access pass in addition to permits relevant to their specific activity. All recreational users are required to check in and out through the iSportsman portal. All guests will be required to identify their sponsoring authorized user during the account registration process. All recreational users are required to have the proper iSportsman permits in addition to any state and/or federal required licenses or tags. Failure to properly use the iSportsman portal could lead to the loss of hunting, fishing, or recreational privileges. For example, failure to properly check out of iSportsman will result in an automatic 15-day suspension of access privileges on the first offense and will increase thereafter in accordance with CA 210-1. All personnel will be required to create an account on the Atterbury-Muscatatuck iSportsman portal via computer or smartphone. Account creation requires customers to completely and accurately fill out all information on the registration site. All accounts require ID validation by the environmental branch before they acquire permits. In-person account validation is performed at the environmental office, Building 241, during normal business hours, Monday through Friday, from 0800 to 1500 hours. Virtual account validation is performed by emailing proof of ID and hunter's education to the email on the screen. Valid ID proof is an email from a military email address or one of the following: current military or state AGO employee ID, retired military ID, or state-issued ID. Further information on account validation can be found on the iSportsman portal or in the Atterbury-Muscatatuck Hunting, Fishing, and Trapping Guide. Please pause the video and review the following flowchart illustrating all steps to participating in recreational activities at Camp Atterbury. Recreational users are not authorized to sign in for an activity if they do not participate immediately. Fishing will be available from 0600 to 2100 hours daily, Sunday through Saturday. Anglers can see what areas are open by viewing the area status map located on the Maps tab of the iSportsman portal. Please review these following fishing rules for Camp Atterbury. Anglers will follow all state of Indiana size and creel rules. No parking on lake, dams, or grass areas. All ponds, lakes, rivers, and streams are off limits for swimming, bathing, or wading. Wading is permitted when fishing only. No person may have more than 3 rods or poles in use at any one time. Fish may not be taken at any time by any method other than hook and line attached to a rod or pole in managed waters on the installation. All participants must have an Atterbury-Muscatatuck iSportsman fishing permit and all required state of Indiana fishing licenses. Anglers will complete the harvest survey at the end of their activity, even if no fish were kept. Magnet fishing is not allowed at Camp Atterbury or Muscatatuck. Please review these following rules for operating boats on Camp Atterbury. Boats, to include canoes and kayaks, with electric trolling motors are allowed on all lakes for fishing purposes. Outboard combustion motors are not authorized on the installation. All vessels must be registered in accordance with Indiana laws. Boats used on the installation must be equipped with at least one life preserver for each person aboard. Children under 12 and non-swimmers aboard will wear life preservers at all times. Operating a boat in a reckless or negligent manner, which may endanger the life, limb, or property of any person, is prohibited. All boats must be cleaned and dry prior to entering Atterbury-Muscatatuck waters to prevent the spread of aquatic invasive species. Foraging will be available from 0600 through sunset. Foragers must check out no later than 30 minutes after sunset. This additional time is for transit from downrange areas only. Foraging activities must stop at sunset. Foragers can see what areas are open by looking on the area status map located on the Maps tab of the iSportsman portal. During the spring turkey hunt, foragers may not be in the field prior to 1300 hours. Foraging for mushrooms is available from April 1st to September 30th. Please review the following rules for foraging on Camp Atterbury. All foraged items are for personal use only and may not be sold commercially. The harvest of ginseng and yellow root is not permitted on Camp Atterbury or Muscatatuck. All participants should do as little damage as possible to the plant and environment. Participants will not dig or disturb the soil while foraging on the installation. All participants must have an Atterbury-Muscatatuck iSportsman foraging permit. Participants will record all harvested species in the harvest form at the end of their activity. General recreation, bird watching, wildlife observation, etc. will be available from 0600 through sunset. Participants must check out no later than 30 minutes after sunset. This additional time is for transit from downrange only. All activities must cease at sunset. Participants can see what areas are open by looking on the area status map located on the Maps tab of the iSportsman portal. During the spring turkey hunt, users participating in recreational activities may not be in the field prior to 1300 hours. These general rules are required to be followed while recreating on Camp Atterbury. Follow all published state regulations and Atterbury-Muscatatuck hunting, fishing, and trapping regulation, CA 210-1. Print and display your iSportsman vehicle pass. Take the most direct route to and from your training area. Drive the speed limit, 25 miles per hour max, and 10 miles per hour while passing troops. Have a working cell phone. Stay on improved roads and trails, and no off-road driving. Park your vehicle on the same side of the road as you are recreating. Drug or alcohol use of any type in the training area is strictly prohibited. Fires are not allowed in the training areas in conjunction with any recreational activities. Additionally, participants must acquire a map of the authorized training areas. Maps are available on the Maps tab of the iSportsman portal. Do not leave your assigned training area. Cell phone use while driving is prohibited unless using a hands-free device. Report hazards, such as UXOs and open wells, to range control immediately. Do not conduct any behavior that would endanger yourself or others. Never go around or attempt to get through a locked gate. Be sure to never enter the impact area under any circumstances. Please pause the video and review the information regarding policy violations. Please report all policy violations to range control. Policy violations may result in suspension and/or loss of privileges. When recreating on a military training installation, you may be exposed to several hazards. The installation has documented hundreds of open wells and has found unexploded ordnances, or UXOs, in every corner of the post. Other hazards are more immediate, such as military training activities like live fire ranges, indirect fire, such as mortars or artillery, drop zones, and landing zones. Never drive around a closed gate or barricade. A red flag indicates active training. Additional hazards are more natural, such as venomous snakes, noxious plants, ticks, and thorny or dead trees. It is critical to be careful where you drive, park, step, sit, or climb. For your safety, it is essential that you go directly to and stay in your selected training area. Please review the hazards you may experience while recreating on Atterbury-Muscatatuck. Become familiar with these hazards, stay aware of your surroundings, and be careful while afield. Please take a moment to review the 3 R's of unexploded ordnance: recognize, retreat, and report, and the accompanying information on the following slide. Please listen to this quick review of safety information. All recreational users are required to have a working cell phone. Cell phone use while driving is only allowed with a hands-free device according to Indiana state law. Drive the speed limit, 25 miles per hour max, and 10 miles per hour while passing troops or others walking. Please park your vehicle on the same side of the road you are recreating. All users are required to print and display your iSportsman vehicle pass on the dashboard of your vehicle. Don't drive off roads. Do not leave your assigned training area. Stay out of the impact area and any other restricted areas. Watch for UXOs and open wells and report them immediately to range control. Drug or alcohol use of any type in the training area is strictly prohibited. Fires of any kind are not allowed in the training areas while participating in recreational activities. Do not behave in any way that endangers yourself or others. We have a great opportunity to recreate on more than 25,000 acres at Camp Atterbury. Stay safe by knowing the rules and watching out for hazards. Protect the program by following policy guidance and reporting any violations. Thank you for listening. Enjoy your time recreating at Camp Atterbury and have fun. Please send any questions to the ING Hunting Board at the email address shown. Policies and the current guide are available on the iSportsman portal.